let's go to the next one. Right now the market's bad. Why would you buy a property in a bad market, right? A bad market can be indicative of other things, right? If the market's bad, maybe people are, going to be selling more. Maybe people need to sell more. Maybe people can't afford their mortgage, and there's going to be more foreclosures. There's a lot of things that a bad market, us being in a recession, could mean for the mortgage market and the housing market, right? Well, that presents its own questions that as a buyer I would encourage you to weigh. So for instance, one of them, in a down market, your competition is low. Every buyer that I've had for these past 2 years have been pulling their hair out. Some of them have been so discouraged that they've left the buying market completely. Some of them felt like they were almost pressured into buying a property because, they got it under contract. Now I don't want to lose it. The inspection came back bad. I just want to go through it. I want to be done with this. That's the kind of sentiment that I've seen these past couple of years. That was due to competition. All these crazy offers above list, that was due to competition. You take that competition out of it. If you're the only person, on the dance floor, if you're the only dancer that's around, sellers have to bend to a degree to your desires, to what you want to do. So as long as you feel comfortable with everything else, lean into a down market. A down market gives you advantage, gives you incentive over everyone else. You get the pick of the litter. You get to pick whichever property you go on. Can you imagine that? For those who've been in the buying market these past 2 years, can you imagine going and seeing 5 properties, saying, I really love this one property, putting in a contract below list and getting it? That's unheard of these past 2+ years, right? So 2.5 years over that we're into this market and now. So that right there is just an amazing incentive and an amazing competition reduction that we haven't seen in a long time. We saw in the summer of 2020, right at the beginning of the pandemic, I had a lot of clients who were in the market. Then the pandemic happened, and then we saw the stock market just go crazy. We saw all kinds of things falling. Interest rates fell to incentivize buying. So that is where we got into that sub 2. So if you have a sub 3. So if you have a 2.5 or 2.75 mortgage, you probably got it around mid 2020, right? And I had a lot of buyers that said, hey man, I don't know. Now may not be a good time to buy. We don't know what's going to happen. And those buyers who were on the sideline and entered back into the market in the fall, winter of 2020, spring of 2021, they entered a market with some of the hottest competition we've ever seen, especially in North Texas. So they entered the market where now, instead of being the only, dancing partner available, now they're dealing with 50 other buyers. And, instead of getting a property, I had one client that bought a new build. The original price was $555. We got them under contract at $465. Okay, so 90 grand below where it was originally priced at, because they were the only one around. That builder wanted to offload inventory, right? So if you do the same thing now, you can, I would say, expect the same results. If you wait till everyone else is in the market, till everyone else has got the news that, hey, green light, thumbs up, go buy now, you're going to be right along with the herd, where everyone else is getting, turned down with any sort of contingency that you have. If you don't have a 1200 credit score, sorry, we're looking for a better option. If you don't have the greatest love letter and just don't tug on all the heartstrings of the seller, sorry, we're going with someone else. If you're not all cash, sorry, we're going with an all cash, no option buyer. You don't want to be stuck doing that again, right? So take the opportunity when it's there to strike while the iron's hot. Get while the getting's good. And in terms of competition, the getting won't be this good for a long while. Now, in terms of incentives, taking advantage of this down market, builders, a little known fact is that builders want to, especially in a down market, they want to get rid of everything. Builders are fine with breaking even or taking a loss in a down market by the end of the year, and that's key because we're already in the beginning of November now. That means to close a property, you're going to need at least 30 days. So now we're talking beginning of December. Every builder out there wants to get a certain amount of inventory off their books before January 1st. That, you know, I can do a whole video on why that is, but the point is a lot of builder incentives. I was just at a property earlier today that they did $150,000 price reduction on a new build because they want to get it off their books. And that's not all. Wait, there's more. They offer $20,000 buyer incentives that you can use for anything you want. Interest rate buy down, just money in your pocket, closing costs, whatever. They're just giving you 20 grand. And for certain single story models, they're offering even more incentives beyond that. So especially if you're looking for a new or newer home, going out, scouting the builders, looking at their existing, because now builders have existing inventory now, and inventory that will be available here within the next few months should be higher on your priority, because it hasn't been a time this good to buy a new build since I've been a realtor, hands down. Okay, so the interest rates are high, the market is bad. The third one I hear is that either the market and or prices will crash. Everyone knows what happened in 2006 to 2010.